In this video, I'm going to be sharing my initial impressions of the BFGoodrich KO3s. Let's get into it. All right, so the size I am running for the KO3s is a 295/70 R18 load range E tire. I just put these tires on after having a set of the Michelin Defender M/S tires on my truck for about 72,000 miles. They were awesome, but I needed something that would perform better in the snow and off-road. I wanted to get the same size tire, but something with a bit more of an aggressive tread pattern. A ton of folks recommended the KO2s, and I looked into them and then realized that BFG had released the KO3s, which on Tire Rack had really good reviews. And so I thought, what the heck, I should give them a try. I've had all-terrains before. I had a set of 35/12/5 Cooper AT3s, which were awesome, but they were load range F and a little bit too big for my truck and how much highway driving I was doing. On this channel, my goal is to get my 2019 Power Stroke up to 1,000,000 miles. I'm driving it as much as I can to see when the engine dies with good maintenance. Make sure you subscribe to see what happens. So going from a highway tire to a all-terrain tire, and a more aggressive all-terrain tire at that, I thought I was gonna see a massive decrease in the ride quality for on-road driving, and boy, was I wrong. I almost can't even tell that I have a different tire on. They're a little bit more noisy and just the slightest bit less smooth than the highway tires, but man, you can barely even tell the difference. These are phenomenal tires. I've only driven them about 500 miles, so this is a first impression video, not a review. I will do a review when the tires start to get a lot lower in tread, maybe after like 50,000 miles. So this particular size, the 295/70 R18, it is a load range E, but each tire, because it's the light truck tire, can hold up to 4,080 pounds. So you really don't have to worry about weight capacity with these tires. They're quiet, they're smooth for on-road driving, and I really haven't noticed a change in my fuel economy driving these. Typically when I'm running unloaded and I don't have my camper in the bed, I run 50 PSI cold inflate on the 295/70s because I find that gets me the best wear across the top of the tire. And yeah, I really can't say enough that these feel like highway tires, and I just can't get over it. They're amazing. They were pretty easy to mount and balance. My brother works at a 4x4 shop in Crested Butte, and so he actually mounted and balanced the tires for me, and he said they went on well. The wheels didn't take too many weights. They all balanced totally fine. The tires come with 16 30-seconds of tread on them, so that's what you are starting with, which is pretty decent. The tread pattern it's really cool. It's like more crosshatches than the KO2s, and I mean there's plenty of gaps in there. It's funny going from the highway tire to the KO3. You know, it's just crazy how different the two applications are, or what they were made for. The KO3 is 3-peak snow rated, whereas the Michelin Defender is not, and you really do notice that, both on snow and on ice. So in Denver, there's a lot of packed snow and ice, depending on where you're driving. If you go up into the mountains, there's a lot more snow, and the Michelin Defenders weren't bad, but the KO3s, I barely have to use four-wheel drive now, even on roads with a few inches of snow. It is really remarkable. And I don't have a rear locker. I don't have a limited slip. I have an open rear diff. And so with the highway tires, I found myself using four-wheel drive quite often to get out of situations where, you know, I was stuck or spinning. They go really good at highway speeds, driving 70, 75, 80 miles an hour. You know, they're honestly perfect, because I get the all-terrain grip, but I'm not sacrificing any of the handling. They don't feel mushy in corners. I know people really liked BFGoodrich, but I was always like, they're probably overrated. But now I can see why people really like them. They're remarkable tires, honestly. And we'll see how the tread wear goes. I've heard they wear faster than some other tires, and I'm really good about rotating mine. I typically rotate them every 5,000. So we'll see how the wear is on these things. The price point of these tires also wasn't that bad. I paid about $365 per tire for Load Range Ease at the 295/70 R18 size. And I mean, compared to another tire that's a 35, you know, it's about $100 less than the 35. It's skinnier. It's like a skinny 34 is what the 295/70 size is. And I've just found it works really, really well. It does give you a bit more sidewall than like a stock, whatever the Ford recommends is the stock size for the F250. And I really like that look on pickup trucks, the small wheels, thick sidewall. It just looks so good. So, you know, from an aesthetic point of view, these things look great. They're aggressive looking and definitely fit the build I have going with my truck. I would say at this point, things are looking good. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you next time here on Power Stroke Maintenance. Cheers.